guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Pink Sweets with a 1 instead of an I. You can also now follow my dog Jeffree Star on Instagram as well, and his name is Jeffree Star _Stamper. So today I have a very exciting video, and I cannot wait to show you what I'm gonna use. So I went ahead and I ordered the new Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette by Manny, MUA, and I'm going to do a tutorial today with it. So it came in this box, and it looks like this. It's a black box. On the inside it says Lunar Beauty. It was wrapped in tissue paper and bubble wrap, so I was really excited about that because it was very well packaged, and I didn't, there was no worry that it was going to be broken. In my opinion, this was in the packaging. This is the campaign for the palette. I see Pheromone here on the end. I see Alyssa Ashley, Manny, and I'm not sure who this model here is. If you guys know, please leave down below. I have 2 issues, and that's about it, about the palette / campaign. And the issue about the campaign is that, well, I guess they're both having to do with the campaign, but anyhow, I feel like the looks for the campaign were a little bit lackluster for me, given the palette name and the palette shades. So that was the one. And then also the looks that I've seen Manny do have also been a little bit lackluster, but maybe he's just showing the basics of what the palette can do, and we have some, more colorful looks coming up. I'll get into the other thing that I want to talk about in a minute. First, I just wanted to show you, this is the unicarton. It's very reflective, so I'm not going to turn it facing forward, otherwise it'll just reflect everything and kind of blind the camera. But it says Life's a Drag. There's a little crown over the G, which I really liked. It is a rose gold unicarton, and the lettering is like a glittery gold. So that's really, really awesome. And yeah, it's just very, very pretty, very reflective. On the back, it has Lunar Beauty, and then, see, that's blinding. It has Lunar Beauty, and then it has a message from Manny to his subscribers and his followers. So I think that was a really nice touch as well. And then this is the palette itself. I think it's stunning. It has the holographic, if you could see that. You could definitely see that. These are Manny's eyes, and this is actually the only other part I have an issue with. And it's not, it's, when I say issue, it's not really an issue, but for me, so this is his eyes, as I said. He did not do the makeup for this. He had Lipstick Nick, who I absolutely love. She's an amazing makeup artist. I follow her on Instagram. I've seen her on YouTube. She's done Jeffree Star's makeup for his campaigns, and I think she does an amazing job. But Manny's name on YouTube, or what he's known for, is Manny, MUA, Manny Makeup Artist, right? And to me, if you're a makeup artist, I just personally don't understand why you would not do your own makeup for your own campaign. That's just me. But, so that is the only other thing that I wanted to mention. This palette retails for $45, and there is a charge for shipping of $5.95 on lunarbeauty.com. So let's open the palette up. Now the palette does come with a brush, which I took out, and I've been playing around with it, kind of swatching the shades. It is a double-ended brush. It says Lunar Beauty on it. It has a crease brush side and a flat shader brush side, which I really like. It's a very good quality brush. Normally I would just toss the brush to the side, but this one I would not. So it does have a mirror. The mirror is not going to stand up on its own though, so you're going to have to hold it. However, the palette does bend all the way back, so that's really nice. It does say Be a Queen on the mirror, which I thought was a nice little touch. And then these are the shades. I think it was genius that he did the palette this way, because you have all of your neutrals, you have a black and a white, and then you also have all these colorful shades over here. I think it's great for travel. I think this would pretty much be all that you need. And I will tell you, the shades are very pigmented, and spoiler alert, I do like the palette. So I'm going to create a look with this today. So if you want to see that, then stay tuned. And let's get started. So I've been looking lately on Instagram and on YouTube to get inspiration, for different looks. I do that from time to time. I've already done my brows, by the way, with the lip pencil that I sometimes use, Cherry Skies from Rimmel. I'm going to use my MAC paint stick in white. And two channels that I wanted to mention that I've been watching a lot of that I think are just talented people. I don't know them, but I think they're talented. One is Edwin Daily, and he did a beautiful butterfly look, which I'm gonna try to recreate at some point. And I've been binge watching his videos. And then also another channel that I really like that my subscriber Mel got me hooked on is Candy Fox, and I think she is just awesome. She's hilarious. She does a lot of body positivity videos. She does a lot of beauty videos and hauls and stuff like that. She does clothing and makeup hauls and video game like subscription box hauls. So I think that's really awesome. I'm going to put on my tape. And putting it a little bit further out today because I'm going to blow this look out a little bit further than usual. And or I might. And also, actually, there's a third channel which I want to mention, which is Divide and Contour. I think that's an excellent name for a channel, but she's really talented as well, and I feel like she should be more popular than she is. But she did a couple of looks that were similar to what I'm going to do today, but I'm going to use different, you know, obviously different products and do my own twist on it. So, but yeah, check those channels out. I think those channels are definitely worth checking out. And I always want to support people that I watch. So I'm going to go in first with the shade Cake Face. Normally I never set my eyeshadow primer, but I am going to today because I'm going to kind of blow out the shades and have them be a little bit softer. I just dropped something per usual. Gonna make sure this has no creasing. I do have some staining on my eyelids from makeup that I was playing around with yesterday. So I'm just gonna try to set my eyeshadow primer with this bright white. This is not the most pigmented, brightest white I've ever worked with. I would say Taco by Sugar Pill and Glucose from Jeffree Star are definitely a little bit more pigmented, but I definitely think this is a pigmented shade. So it's not the most pigmented and it's not the least pigmented either. If you see pink on my eyelids, it's still left over, like I said, from yesterday. It's not coming off the brush. But that's okay because we're going to be using similar shades and we're going to be covering it up. So the first shade I'm going to go in with after that is Fishy, which is, actually no, I'm going to start with Kiki right here. I'm just going to do a little bit of Kiki in the corner. That sounds a little off. So I'm going to do that right in here. And he did say that this was a less pigmented shade because it was meant to kind of be like a transition-y shade, and I definitely think that's what it is. It is definitely not as pigmented as, say, the blue or the purple. But I'm just going to start with this one, and I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to go into Fishy, which is this bright blue shade on the same brush. And I'm just going to put that all up in the inner corner and around, like so. So what did you guys do this weekend? I relaxed on Saturday, and then I ran a ton of errands on Sunday. I colored my hair, as you guys can tell. I used Arctic Fox Virgin Pink, and then I mixed it with Purple Rain for the bottom. And then in terms of the top, I used the L'Oreal High Color in the shade Magenta. So I'm just going back in with this Wet n Wild brush that I used to pack on the white. And I'm just blending that out a little bit. You're gonna hear my dog having a dream. I love dogs when they have dreams. It's so freaking cute. So I'm just gonna blend that out. So that was my weekend. And then last night we kind of grilled out dinner. So I told you guys that I want to do a subscriber giveaway for 500 subscribers. So I want to talk to you about something. So I was thinking, if we get to 500 subscribers by Saturday, which is, you know, this coming Saturday the 16th, I will either, and I say either only because you never know if something is going to sell out or not, but I will try to get my hands on an extra thirsty palette and give away an extra thirsty palette. And if I'm not able to get a second thirsty palette, just putting a little bit more blue, then I would go ahead and get a second Manny MUA palette. So what do you guys think? I think that's a good way to say thank you, right? And that would be, like I said, if we got to 500 subscribers by Saturday, which is the day that the Thirsty palette releases. So I guess it would have to be the night before because, well, by 1 p.m. on Saturday, because that's when it releases. Next, I'm going into the purple shade, which is called Pageant Queen. And I'm just going to put that right next to it. I love the color, by the way, that this purple and this blue create together. I don't know why, I just do. I just do. And what else? Oh yeah, you guys make sure, speaking of giveaways, check out Tammy's channel. She's giving away 2 pairs of the headphones that she uses in her videos, which I think is really awesome and generous. And I think it's awesome that her boyfriend was able to get those for her. So good job, Jerry. And yeah, she's doing that giveaway to say thank you to you guys for supporting her. So definitely check that out and don't forget to enter. And also, something else I wanted to mention is that Amy, I put out a video, I think it was yesterday, and I watched it, and it was a Pride makeup tutorial. She did a really good job. Like, I am so proud of her. I'm going to go into the shade now called Kai Kai, which is a term for when 2 drag queens have relations with one another. So I think that is a, I don't know whether I should say cute or funny or cool name for a shade. I'm gonna put, I think it's cool how all the shades kind of have that meaning. I'm putting the pink in the outer there because you have Snatched, you have Fishy, you have Kiki, Pageant Queen, Campy, Beat, Hunty, Sickening, Cake Face, Shady, Trade, which I believe is the term for like a hookup, and then Mug, Legendary, Kai Kai, and then Snatched. I think I already said Snatched. So I'm putting the pink on the outer and blending that into the purple. This is definitely going to be a more blended look than what I've done in the past, which I've gotten a couple of questions, like either on YouTube or Instagram, and this is not complaining, by the way. I just want to say that ahead of time because I'm not in any way, shape, or form upset. I'm actually the opposite. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. I've gotten some questions about, you know, why I don't blend my eyeshadow more in my looks, and the most simple answer, which is actually how I answered when it was asked, was I just don't like it. I personally, I know a lot of people that enjoy really blending their eyeshadow a lot, and making it kind of like a softer edge. When it comes to my makeup, I really like the shapes and the harsh lines and editorial type of looks. So that is what I do on myself. I don't think there's anything wrong with people who like really blended eyeshadow looks. And I also, which I commented as well, I have no problem doing a really blended look for you guys if you want to see one. And this person who asked this question, I thanked them, you know, and I said, that's a really good question, you know, and I told them why I do my eyeshadow the way that I do. And that is that's what I'm talking about when I talk about constructive criticism. Like, I love that kind of interaction, because I think that, you know, asking a question in a nice way just because you're curious, or, you know, if you have a suggestion, I think that's great. And I only bring this up because I got my second hate comment ever. I'm going back into Cake Face, and I'm using the Morphe M332. I got actually, let me take some eyeshadow base and put that down first with my MAC 242, which is just a very flat packing brush. I got a comment, I think it's like my second nasty comment. I told you guys about my first one, and I am in no way, shape, or form like upset about it, because everybody gets them. What can you do, right? Can't be everybody's cup of tea. But I got a comment on one of my videos. It was my blue monochromatic look, and it said WTF ... And I thought, okay, I don't know what that means or why that person felt the need to comment that, but I deleted it and I blocked them, because that's what I'm gonna do when it's just a nasty for no reason comment. But when it's constructive, like the other question that I mentioned, or just a curiosity thing, or, you know, if you're actually asking a question, or if you're giving advice constructively, like the other comment I was talking about, which I love, then I have zero issue. I think that's awesome. I want to keep the conversation going in the comments. So keep those questions up. Don't ever be afraid to ask them, because I think it's great. So thank you to that person who asked that question, because I definitely do have a different technique than a lot of people, and I acknowledge it. It's just on me personally. I prefer the crazier, harsher lines. There's actually a YouTuber that does all of her looks. Dropped that, but I caught it. She does all of her looks in like almost like geometric shapes. It's really cool. I can't remember her name though, but she was on Sugar Pill Showdown, if you guys have seen that. So now I'm putting a little bit more pink. So I put the white in the middle, which I think looks really cool. And then just building that pink back up. Then I'm going to go back into the Manny MUA brush and go back into the purple. Just add a little bit of that in the crease. I was trying to think like what to do with this palette, because not because there aren't a lot of options, but because there are so many options, and also a little bit because, you know, my first thought was do a rainbow look, but I've done a couple of those recently, and I also have a few more planned out. So I actually am so excited. So one of the places that I went to on Sunday was Walmart, and I got a few items. Some of them I'm going to use in this video. And okay, I'm putting this very heavily in that corner because I'm going to put like a duochrome shade over top of part of it when I'm done with the lower lash line. So I went to Walmart and I was looking for, you guys know I want to do a full face of drugstore makeup, and I went and I got a palette. I was looking for an eyeshadow palette from the drugstore because I do have NYX eyeshadows, I have Morphe eyeshadows, but I really wanted to do a drugstore look with either L'Oreal, Revlon, Maybelline, or CoverGirl, and I wanted to use their eyeshadow for this drugstore tutorial. So I found one and I'm so excited. Messy Jess here on YouTube did a look with a palette, and the second I saw it, I knew I had to have it. It's a CoverGirl, I think it's one of the True Nudes. I don't know why it's called a True Nude because it's a rainbow palette, and it's from the freaking drugstore, which I thought would be awesome because I do a lot of rainbow looks, and I've done quite a few lately, and right now I'm doing the monochromatic, you know, rainbow type of series. We're gonna do our face now. So I'm gonna use, I used the Marc Jacobs coconut primer as like my moisturizer, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for primer. And I'm gonna go in with a mixture of my Fenty Beauty and my L'Oreal, and no, not my L'Oreal, my Lancome Regenerate Lift foundation, which is this one right here. So I've done a lot of rainbow looks. I have a lot more planned, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could do like an affordable rainbow look instead of just, you know, everything kind of high end. So I was so excited when I saw that CoverGirl had a rainbow palette, and it is so pigmented. Like, it is for like once an actual drugstore eyeshadow palette that I would use. So when I saw it, I was like, yes. And I went to, I went to 2 different CVS's, I went to 2 different Walgreens, and I went to this Walmart, and I walked down the aisle, and my husband was on the other end of the aisle looking, you know, looking for me. And I saw it and I grabbed it and I was like, yes, and I like held it up in the air. Everyone in the aisle looked at me like, wow, she's really excited about that palette. So that was hilarious. And he kind of was like, oh my gosh. So I did get it, and I'm so happy I did. And they only had 2 left. So I got one for myself and I got one for my friend, who, when she saw it, also felt the same way I did. So I wanted to get it for her. So I'm excited to give that to her. And yeah, and when that girl, Messy Jess, when she, I think that's her channel name, when she created a look with it, she did like a purple and gold look. And oh my goodness, it is so stunning, like how pigmented it is, especially for a drugstore palette. But even just compared to like a high-end palette, it's very pigmented. And I think the shade of that palette, like, because it's the True Nudes palette, but it's in the shade Dazed. So if you can find it at your local Walmart or drugstore or whatever, I recommend it. Okay, now we're gonna do, this is one of the new products I got yesterday. This was recommended to me by Charlotte, so thank you, Charlotte. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. So this is my first time using it, so we'll see how I like it. I got it in the shade Ivory, which was 0.05, I think, which is the lightest shade that they had, or at least the lightest shade they had at Walmart. So far, I really like the consistency. I like the wand to get a lot of product. And I know I'm using it in this tutorial, but I'll also be using it in my full face drugstore, most likely. Oh, wrong beauty blender. Oh wow, that blends out so nicely. That blends out like effortlessly. I love it. Huh. Wow. And it's very like, it's not like full coverage like the Shape Tape, but it's the right coverage that I need. So it's like perfect. That is awesome. Huh. Thank you, Charlotte. That is awesome. She recommended one other product that I'm going to use in this video, and that is the L'Oreal Butterfly Mascara. I think it's L'Oreal. So I'm excited to try that as well. Okay. I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder, the loose setting powder, in also 05 underneath my eyes and all over my face. But I'm going to put a larger amount than I normally would under my eyes because I'm going to do my lower lash line and I don't want it to the fallout. I don't want it to stain. There we go. I don't want to ruin my foundation that I just did. I usually put less powder on the outer parts of my face just because I don't usually have personally any creasing or anything like that, or I don't have an issue with my foundation like fading or anything like that on the outer parts of my face. Okay, now we can do the lower lash line. I think I just hit the camera. I'm sorry if I did. Okay, so I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? I'm gonna use this brush again. So this is the Morphe M332, as I said, and I'm gonna go into the shade Snatched, which is this red shade right here. And I'm going to take that, actually first I'm going to put white liner. You can use any white liner you want. This is, ooh, goodness, I almost stabbed myself in the eye. This is Fascinate from MAC, I believe. We'll see if I decide to keep the white. I might switch to black, but we'll see. I'll do the lower lash line first and then decide. So I'm going to take that, put that underneath. And I'm really going to kind of blow that out. It's a pretty shade. I do like it. So yeah, I cannot wait to do the full face at drugstore. And I'm almost done with my makeup tour videos. I think I have only one more category left. And then I'll just put them boop, boop, boop up one after the other. I'm going to blend that out a little bit with a mix of Cake Face and Kai Kai, which is the white and the pink. And a little bit more of the red. And then I'm going to do the Get to Know Me Better tag. Now that I know who's going to be who I'm tagging. So there's that coming up. And then the full face highlighter is still on the table. And like I said before, I ordered the Jeffree Star Equality Bundle. So as soon as I get that, I'm just going to take this brush and sweep away any fallout and any excess powder. And then I will be doing a rainbow lips tutorial, possibly with a rainbow eye as well. because I gotta do something on the eye. Or maybe I'll just do something different on the eye. I don't know. These shades are very pigmented, and I like it. I feel like I blew out the one side more than the other. I'm just evening things out. Okay. I think I'm going to go in with black over top of that because I feel like with the white, it kind of gives me that little pink eye moment that I don't want. I think that's better. Okie doke. And I have another collab coming up in July that you guys will have to get excited about, hopefully. Okay. And I'm going to leave that as a surprise. So now I'm going in with the shade Mermaid from NYX. And normally I wouldn't add a shade that's not in the palette, but I wanted to add a duochrome effect in the inner corner, and this Lunar Beauty palette doesn't have a duochrome shade, so that's very pretty. And I'm just using the Morphe M213. It's like a smudger brush, but it also works really well when you want to brighten up the inner corner. I think that's really pretty. And then just kind of, I really want to just brighten up the inner corner. So I'm just adding that to the inner part of the blue. These are, I think these eyeshadows are maybe like $3 or $4 at Ulta. They come in all different shades, and I own every single one of them. I really like them a lot. I do like this mermaid shade the best. I think it's so pretty. It's just like a minty duochrome shade. So I think that added a good amount. And then I'm going to take this Juicy Couture brush that I got in a set that my husband got me, and I'm just going to put a little bit of the white as well in the inner corner, just to further brighten that up. I don't know where it's coming from, but I feel like the inside of my nose is kind of red. It's weird. Doesn't normally happen. Strange. Okay. So, now let's do our face. So. We're going to do our butter bronzer in the shade Bronzer. Inventive. I'm going to use this brush. I got this as a blush brush from Wet n Wild. I've used it as a blush brush. I'm not crazy about how it dispenses the blush. I think I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit too dense as a blush brush. And it's like you place the color and it's like it stays right where you start and then it doesn't budge. And it's really hard to blend the blush out with the brush. Brush. So you can always use brushes for something that they're not intended for. Oh, I want to know what you guys think. I don't know if you guys have seen it already, but Jaclyn Hill just posted a video about the next collab that she's doing with Morphe. A lot of people were expecting her to do her own brand, which I think she still is doing, but I don't know. But at this moment in time, she's doing a Vault collection with Morphe. And basically, she said that she created a bunch of shades that didn't go into her palette. And so she decided to I'm actually going to put a little bit more on with this fluffier brush, that she wanted to put in her palette but wasn't able to because there could only be 35 shades in her palette. And so now she's releasing purple, red, green, yellow. She's releasing 4 palettes. I guess you can get them individually or you can get them in a vault. And they're releasing on the 26th. And for all 4 palettes, it's only $49, and you're allowed to use her code, Jack Attack, for 10% off. So that's pretty amazing, in my opinion. And I definitely am going to be picking that up and reviewing it. The shades look amazing. The palettes look amazing. Even though it's like a red palette, it's not all reds. Even though it's a green palette, it's not all greens. I'm just adding a little bit more white to the center. And yeah, I need that in my life, I think. And she also said she listened to the fans and that they went ahead and they put into the palette things that we wanted from the original palette, which included, what did she say? She said, oh yeah, a mirror. I'm going to use my Morphe M530 for my blush, and I'm going to do the NYX Ombre blush in Codebreaker. You guys know I love these. And so it has a mirror in each palette, and it has the shade names in the actual palette, which I was like, yes, finally. Because her palette is difficult to use if you're doing a tutorial with it, her original palette, because you don't know the shade names unless you have that stupid card it came with, or unless you got the second wave, which I didn't. I got the first one. So, and you can get the vault for $49, or you can get them individually for $15, which I also thought was a really cool idea. Just cleaning up the blush and contour line. You can do that with your beauty blender that has your foundation and your powder on it. You guys know I love my blush to be intense. Now I'm going to spray it with my Fix Plus just to meld the powders together. My favorite is the rose toner, but I try to use other things as well. Alright, mascara. And then we'll do highlighter and lips, and we're done. So yeah, I think I'm gonna purchase the Volt. Okay, so this mascara, at first I was scared. It has like a torture device contraption wand, but I really like it, and it doesn't hurt, and it looks a little scary, but it's not, and it actually separates your lashes and makes them look like wispy and separated and voluminous. This is amazing. This might be my new favorite drugstore mascara. Thank you, Charlotte. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And it's very, very jet black. I got the one called Blackest Black, so I guess it should be. But it really is awesome. And it really does separate. See, there you can see it separates your lashes really, really well. I'll have to update you guys on how long it keeps my lashes that way. Because sometimes initially a mascara will keep your lashes that way for a little bit and then all of a sudden they fall. But this one seems like it's going to be great. I think a lot of it has to do with the shape of the brush, because it really combs them out. But it's not so rigid like some of the other ones I've tried, like the Peacock Flare. Ugh, that wand was crazy. Oh, and I'll also have a haul video coming up too, because of all the stuff I got at Walmart. And I didn't just get makeup and beauty, I got some other stuff too. So for highlighter, I decided to go into my Sleek palettes because Manny really loves Sleek Cosmetics. He's the one reason that I bought the Solstice palette from Sleek. So, I guess I'll go in with that one. Let's do that. I'm going to spray my face one more time, just so that the highlighter is really blinding. Don't talk while you do that. You will taste the setting spray, and it does not taste like coconut, even though it smells like coconut. So I'm going to use my Rolling Lang Nickel Highlight and Glow Brush. I just got this in an Ipsy bag one time, and I'm going to go in with that pink shade. I just can't believe how blinding these Solstice palette is. I own the other, what is this one called? The Midas Touch, and that one has different shades in it. They're both blinding. The Solstice one is my favorite though. And I can't believe they're like $8, if that. And they're so incredibly blinding. And you can now get Sleek at Ulta, just so you know. I haven't tried their eyeshadows. If you guys have tried their eyeshadows, let me know down below, because I want to try it. Except the one that I really wanted to try had like this beautiful acid green, like this neon green in it, kind of like the neon green from the Pinky Rose palette. And I didn't get it, and now I like regret it, because now they don't sell it anymore. So I'm going to use this makeup wipe and get the foundation off my lips. Okay, doke. Now, I was going to use... I don't think that's a good shade for this. What should I use? I think I'm going to use my Big Bang lip liner from Urban Decay. This is one of my favorite lip liners. It's called Big Bang, and it's like a pink, but it has like sparkles in it. Let me just sharpen it. Even if it's sharp already, I like to resharpen a lip pencil. I've said this before. Just because I don't like I don't know, for some reason I feel like if I haven't used it for a while, like sharpening it gets rid of like the top layer, so it kind of gets rid of like the bacteria, I guess. So I'm gonna use that to line my lips. It's just a very pretty, like, pink metallic lip liner with sparkle in it. I have the lipstick as well. Not that I know where it is at the moment. It's actually probably in my purse, because I use it a lot. So let me know what you guys think about everything I've said in this video. I expect you to remember it all. I'm just kidding. I'm actually just gonna use a gloss over that. So let me just fill it in a little bit more. See how pretty that is? And the lipstick is really glossy too. The lipstick itself. I wouldn't need to use a gloss if I had that one. I'm going to go in with Funfetti from Jouer. It's like a icy pink with rainbow glitter. Oh, these smell so good. They smell like cake batter. So, the things I talked about, an overview. I recommended some channels. Candy Fox, Edwin Daly, and Divide and Contour. And the 500 subscriber giveaway. What do you guys think about if I were to try to get an extra thirsty palette? And if not, if I'm not able to get an extra one, then the Manny palette. And again, that's if we hit 500 on or before Saturday. And then don't forget to check out Tammy's giveaway. Oh, and Heidi Weller is also doing a giveaway. She's getting close to 100 subscribers, so she's doing a giveaway for that as well. So I always like to support my fellow YouTubers. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the final look. I hope you like it. I do enjoy the Manny MUA palette a lot. And congratulations to Manny. You deserve it. You've been working on this for a long time. And I think that for your first product, especially, like, you put out a really good quality product. So I know he's probably never going to see this, but I just wanted him to know I am proud of him. And the only thing, like I said, is do your makeup next time. Do your own makeup. But that's just my opinion. And we all have one, right? So yeah, I definitely recommend this. I think for the price, it is also pretty decent. I mean, $45. I'm not crazy about, you know, the $5.95 for shipping, but who wants to pay shipping? Nobody. But I think $45 for this is definitely a really good deal. And like I said, I think it's perfect for travel because you have your neutrals and you have your colorful. I am going to be doing another look with the neutral side, and then I might do one combining the two sides. And don't worry, I still am going to finish my monochromatic look series coming up. So I think the next shade that I filmed was either pink or yellow. Well, I filmed both. I don't know which one I'm going to upload first, but anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, and thank you guys again for all your support. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye, guys.